And so, even as they carry out their work, Ukwansi Nigeria Company Limited, located at number 7 Umoeko Street in Ika, Aka Ibom State, once again displays a trait of Oliver Twist. Having been given a large equipment, they yet again ask for support. Both Usma Ventures and Ukwansi are efforts of the Bank of Industry. However, Aka Ibom State Government has signed an MOU with the Bank of Industry. We're going to speak now to the chairman of Aka Ibom Investment Corporation. He's going to tell us the partnership between the Bank of Industry and Aka Ibom State Government and other efforts of the state government to industrialize the state.
Well, I think it's good to go to the basics for public information. Our state governor, Dr. Godswill Akpabio, had, as part of his vision for a much broader socio-economic transformation of the state, the strategy of industrialization. You know, universally, there are 4 preconditions that have to be taken care of before successful industrial takeoff. Maybe I can mention 2 or 3. First is the middle class. You need a core of professionals and self-employed people emerging as the middle class with adequate income to enable to save and to invest. Without savings, there can be no investment. So you need this group to emerge in the system, the society, the economy, with income enough to consume, to save, and to invest. Second is the issue of infrastructure. Industrialization cannot succeed without basic infrastructure, both physical and social. So Governor Akpabio has endeavored very, very passionately to build superior infrastructure in roads, the area of transportation, highways, bridges, flyovers, drainage systems, housing, because you need this basic infrastructure to support industrial takeoff, including education and health. Because the third, of course, is skills. A literate society, especially existence of functional skills. You may develop infrastructure, all of them, airport, seaport, highways, e-library, and so on. You need people to operate, to maintain, and to sustain. So skills. So without skills, industrialization cannot succeed, because the factories, the machines, the plants have to be installed, operated, and maintained for sustainability. The third is what I would call a regime of rule of law. There must be a regime of rule of law, because contracts have to be entered into and enforced. Security, safety, all this come within the issue of the regime of a functional rule of law. Without this area that I've mentioned, you cannot take off industrially successfully.
You mentioned, when we're talking about building a vibrant middle class, of course, these are the people who are going to be the entrepreneurs. These are the people who will start and then grow. What strategy are you using to build this vibrant middle class?
That's why I use the term emergence. The emergence of the middle class is a gradual process. You have young people in self-employment, professionals in self-employment, consultants, accountants, doctors, engineers, technicians in all areas of human endeavor, trying to do, some of them on their own, some of them the salary class, what we call salary professionals. That's the group that is supposed to invest. Of course, you also have big farmers, middle-level farmers who are into agriculture, mining, fishing, and so on. There are those that are expected to emerge with incomes sufficient to consume, to save, and to invest. So in this state, concept of empowerment is there. The concept of, for instance, in the agri sector, His Excellency, the governor, supported his wife's program, what they call WIDEP, Women in Agriculture. Some women, about 4,000 of them, were given 250,000 each to engage in basic farming. And it has paid off. Food security is here because of that. And of course, you need that to support industrialization, isn't it? And of course, raw materials, agro-based raw material, which will serve as input into agro-based industries, and so on.
Of course, they need capital. Anybody wants to go into investment will need money. Some people do not have enough money, yes, especially when you talk about modern day equipment. Yes. You know, and some people that we met here are saying that there's no money for them. You know, so how are you going to help them?
You know, even in the older states, like 2 weeks ago, the Federal Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, BOI was there, IT was there, and Smeda at Ogun State, Abeokuta. They were there to establish MSME Council. For what purpose? To bring together the Bank of Industry, Industrial Trading Fund, and SMEDA, Small Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, working together with the ministry to provide funding to entrepreneurs in Ogun State. The intention is for them to go around all the states and do. So I've already picked that up. So for us, yes, basic venture capital is a problem in this country. Even in the older states, like the southwest states, which are pretty much older in business. So here we have that problem also. That is why our state government decided to sign an MOU with the Bank of Industry that we can create a pool of 5 million naira. Each state, our state put down 2.5 billion. BOI will also put down 2.5 to create that pool of 5 billion for on lending at single-digit lending rate to eligible entrepreneurs from Aka Ibom State. We are in that process. And we hope that from that source, we'll be able to provide some leverage to our upcoming entrepreneurs.
Well, we are aware that you're partners with the Bank of Industry, and we know that you signed an MOU with them, but the fund have not been released.
I believe that the MSC Development Fund will soon become operational. And we've been in contact with our entrepreneurs. Indeed, we've just produced a progress report where we've listed 25 companies that are now eligible to benefit. And I intend to invite them to a meeting because we have to sensitize them to the requirements of Bank of Industry. It's a bank, and there are some requirements that must be met. It's not a government grant. You know, some people think that it's a government grant. They have to go through the rigor of accepting that their projects must be appraised with the parameters known to the bank and acceptable to the bank, so that we can stand as guarantor to those loans. I believe that it's going to work out fairly well based on sensitization.
Okay.
That we are
all right. Then another complaint from the business people is, well, some of them would have gone to look for alternative sources for funding, but everybody needs collateral, you need security, and some of them have buildings, but they do not have C of O, and some say they've pursued it to an extent and they don't know what to do anymore.
I know about a few of them that have come here, and I said, are you sure you've fulfilled all the conditions with the Minister of Lands? Because the first protocol is the Minister of Lands. Land matters have to go there. And they said, yes. I said, what is it? He said they have submitted that the COO documents have been submitted to Office of the Governor. And that's where I'm not sure whether that is correct or not. But I've told them that, yes, I'm going to take it up with Government House. In other words, where they are fully documented and those documents are merely ready for signature, that's between the Minister of Lands and the Government House. But I can